I have no idea what just happened there.
What do you mean?
It started playing the intro and then started playing the intro again. Halfway through the intro.
Are we live?
We're live.
We don't know what happened right now. It
No.
is a glitch in the matrix. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Sunday. Happy holidays. Happy close to New Year. Welcome to a Still Conspiracy tonight, Sunday. I know it's a little late, and if you're with us, we really appreciate it. We're doing the show tonight because next week is a busy week for everybody. So, we just wanted to get this in before the new year. A lot happened today, so we're going to talk about it. Congratulations to the Broncos and Adelia. They are the AFC West Champions. Kind of nice not saying Kansas City's the NFC AFC
It's
West
so
Champions.
nice. It's so
So
nice.
um, we're gonna talk about that. Got a lot to talk about with the Steelers and next week's matchup, which is huge. Um, talk about some of the games that happened today, and yes, just glad to be here. Delia, how are you doing this weekend?
I'm doing wonderfully.
How was your Christmas?
Christmas was good, very chill. Um, and then the Broncos didn't ruin my day on Christmas Day. They almost did because that game was way harder than it should have been. But yeah, the Broncos were great, and we're the division champs thanks to the Chargers losing to the Texans. So
Yeah, which is very was a crazy thing going on over there. Yeah, and we'll talk about some of your playoffs. Who you might be facing. Maybe we'll do that after next week. I don't know.
yeah,
We'll
after
see
next week, let's do that.
because there's still a lot to decide now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but let's start off with your Broncos since your game was on Christmas Day. You guys are 13-3. You beat the Kansas City Chiefs without a Patrick Mahomes, 20-13. Bo Nix, not a again high throwing, 38 times, 182 yards, one touchdown, one interception. RJ Harvey only had 14 carries for 43 yards. Um, I mean, you had Bo Nix 42 yards, McLaughlin 40 yards rushing. Um, Not the most beautiful win, but you'll
No,
take it.
I'll take it though.
Yeah,
Um, that should have been much easier against Kansas City and their third string quarterback and a lot of their weapons they put on IR and all. I'll take it. We need to play much better against the Chargers next week if we want that number one seed in the AFC. Um, but I'm just so happy that we won the division because, like, that was the first step. Okay, win the division. Second step, get the number one seed, and then we go into the playoffs and we see what can happen. But this team surprised me every turn this year, and I'm excited that we get to keep the ride going into the playoffs.
yeah, for sure. You definitely want that number one seed. It feels like the AFC is wide open this year,
Yeah.
obviously because Kansas City's not, um, you know, in the mix. A lot of new teams showing up. Obviously, we still have the AFC North to figure out, but pretty much playoffs are in the AFC side is set. But you do want that number one seed. You want that week off. Get healthy. Set your game plan. See who you're going to play, and especially for a second year quarterback in Bo Nix, um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would help him a lot. Like you said, this game should have been a little easier. Third Street quarterback only had 66 yards, which
Yeah.
is wild. Um,
It just there's been so many games this year where it feels like the offense is a struggle for reasons that make no sense. Like we should have killed the Jets, we barely beat the Jets. We should have killed this version of Kansas City. We didn't. Um but they find a way to win, and that's the most important thing to take away from these games, I guess, is they know how to do enough both offensively and defensively to win. Um They just didn't show up for the Jaguars game. The defense, especially. The Jaguars are a very good team. They beat Indy today, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
right there. You see the score 17-23.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I just think that them knowing how to find their way through games and and figuring out ways to win and the defense stepping up when it needs to is a good thing to have going into the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. Um, but congratulations, AFC West champs.
We
Um,
haven't been the AFC West champs for a decade, so
that's crazy.
yeah, since 2015. It's pretty crazy. But it, it's been the Mahomes show. And let me tell you, I have enjoyed this season so much more because the Kansas City Chiefs have struggled. Like not just because the Broncos are doing good, but because the Chiefs are struggling and the Raiders are struggling. Like it warms my heart to see them struggling.
Warms your heart to see them struggling. Love it. Love to hear it.
Yeah.
Um, so you have the Chargers next week. You still got to play this out because you want that number one seed to get the
Yeah.
rest for the playoffs.
Um
Uh,
we
when we
have the
get,
Chargers next week.
mm,
We beat them. We're the number one seed. We have the New England one this week, so they are also um, in the hunt still for the number one seed. And we hold the better record against common opponents. That's what's separating the Broncos from them right now.
mhm.
We are 6-0 against common opponents. They are 5-1. Would you like to guess what their one loss this year was?
Ooh, there.
New England's one loss
Oh,
against common
Raiders.
opponents. It's the
Raiders.
Raiders, week
Yeah, I
one.
remember that.
And if we get the number one seed because they were stupid enough to lose to the Raiders in week one, I'm gonna enjoy it
There
even
you go.
more.
There you go.
We have uh Streamlab from one Ferris Muthana, very generous Ferris, with a $50 donation, who says, "What a game! I couldn't catch my breath." I'm
Yeah.
assuming he's talking about Sunday Night Football because it
No,
sounds
he
like
was
fun.
talking. He was talking about the Steelers versus the Browns. I mean, that's the
I
game.
don't think so.
He couldn't
We
catch
also
his
have
breath.
Brandon Buck in the chat saying it's official AFC North title on the line, Sunday
Sunday
Night
Night
Football.
Football. Okay, great. Of course. You couldn't just let it play early in the morning to get the misery out. Nope. I
Nope.
gotta wait till freaking late. Oh my god, kill me now. Okay,
So we'll have to discuss when we'll do the show then.
right?
'Cause
She messes
I'll be
everything up.
working because I'm sure Hendo's streaming it.
Oh,
So
we're not gonna stream it during the same time.
I I can't stream and work at the same time. No.
Sure, you can.
No,
Cause
I
I'm
can't.
cause I'm his mod, so I'm supposed to be there too. So I'll take the day off. We can both take the day off, watch the game together.
I want to get
Um.
paid. Thank you.
Oh man. Okay. So I mean, let's talk about it, Adelia, since
Yeah.
Brandon brought it up. Steelers lost today to the Browns.
Yep.
I'm not gonna blame the refs, even though I should. Um, I am gonna more blame. I'm gonna blame the offense. Look, this game was right there for the Browns. Or sorry, for the Steelers. It was there for the Browns. I meant the Steelers. Um, there was a 4th and 1. They go for it instead of kicking a field goal,
Mm-hmm.
and they get stopped. They kick the field goal 54 yards. They miss it. If one of those goes in, the last drive wins you the game
Yeah.
because they were in field goal range quick. Um, didn't go our way. I'm laughing right now of the stupidity of Miles Garrett saying that they were more worried about him getting the sack record than winning. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Of course, if you are the best defensive player on the team, they are going to game plan against you.
Yeah.
Yes, did they put a tight end to chip or a running back? Yes, that's they would do that with anybody. They do that with TJ Watt all the time. That does not mean They were more worried about you getting the sack than winning. That's the dumbest thing in the world. You just want to talk to talk. It's so
Mm-hmm.
idiotic. You know, you were out there trying to get this sack, which is funny that he says all this. Do you know in 7 games versus the Steelers he has 0 sacks?
That's funny.
So it was it a game plan to stop the best player that team, defensive player that team had? Absolutely, they were trying to stop him because they didn't want him to wreck the game. Your camera's out of focus, just
Yeah.
FYI. You know, he's the best player on their team, but say something like that is just so dumb. Like it's so dumb. Uh, still had an opportunity to tie the game. They drove
Mm-hmm.
down the field, and crazy because it was like they hadn't drove down the field at all day, and then decided at the last minute to drive down, which I'm grateful for because at least they put up a fight. They get down to the 10. They throw a pass to where MVS Marquise Valdez Scantling, and it goes left, he goes right, so they're not on the same page. They try to throw it again, kind of the same thing happens, and then they throw a pass into a fade route with I
Mm-hmm.
believe like 19 seconds or something like that. And again, not trying to blame the refs, but there's no way a flag should not have been thrown on this call. And I'm going to bring up Dealer's going to bring up some pictures, some freeze frames from this pass. So we're starting off here. Clearly, the ball's right there. His hands are going up, and you clearly see. I can't even highlight it, or wish I could have circled it because I can't. But you see
Yeah.
right there the white glove across the arm, and you see the other arm, his other arm. So it would be his right arm across the left arm of MVS, and the left arm across the right arm of MVS. Clearly, before the ball gets there, clearly a flag. Um, I know people are. We already saw it today. People saying, "Oh, let him play." We talked about this last week. If it's a flag, you have to throw the flag.
Yeah.
Um, I understand letting him play, but this is obviously pass interference, and I don't know even how you can sit there and say it's not. It's just like Detroit fans saying when St. Brown pushed Jalen Ramsey last week. They were like, "Oh, that's not passing. That's not offensive pass interference. It's clearly offensive pass interference." And right here, this is clearly defensive pass interference.
Mm-hmm.
He is there before the ball is even there. You're putting your hands across his hands. He's not even looking at the ball. If there's another shot, and we'll bring it up in a second, where his back and his head is to MVS. He's not even looking at the ball, so you can't even say he's playing the ball. And so it's just clearly pass interference. I'm not gonna do the whole this is a conspiracy thing. I'm not gonna do all that. But you can't tell me that this isn't sus. That they didn't make this flag. They didn't throw this flag. And next week now the Steelers and Ravens are playing for the AFC North, which by the way they moved to Sunday Night Football. Which how many
Mm-hmm.
people are going to be watching that game?
Yeah.
Um, it's very frustrating when a call like this doesn't go your way. And I usually don't like saying refs and things like that, but it's just this was clearly pass interference.
Yeah, I agree. Um, when I first saw it, because my stream of the game was a little ahead of yours, I was like, "How is that not pass interference?" It looked like pass interference to me, and I don't really necessarily know what the rules of the game are, but I was like, "He's all over him. How is he not? Um, how is that
Call.
not pass interference?"
Yeah, and let me just say this about people. Say this to everybody: Adelia has no skin in this game whatsoever.
No,
You
I
know,
I put that in the LBHT Discord. I was like, I don't care either way, honestly, who wins the AFC North.
yeah.
But I've got Ravens fan friends. I've got my Steelers fan friend Suge. I don't care who wins, but that was clear, um, clear uh, Pass
Pass
interference.
interference.
Yes.
Can we show the other freeze frame?
Yes. There we go.
So again, tell me how this is not pass interference when the defender is not even looking for the ball. His hands are, and it would be different if the hands are just straight up. I would be like, okay, the hands are clearly from the other photo you see, and this I think the ball's not even in frame yet. So this is way he obviously way earlier than the ball. Like I don't understand how you don't call this.
Yeah.
Again, there's many opportunities for the Steelers. Like we didn't utilize the tight ends till the end. Darnell Washington broke his arm in the middle of this game, which
Mm-hmm.
hurt us. Um, we didn't utilize tight ends. Our running game wasn't the greatest. Jalen Warren had 64 yards. Kenneth Gainwell had 26. Um, we didn't take advantage of our opportunities. Sawyer got a interception, and we didn't. I think we didn't even get points out of it. We got another interception um, from I believe it's Duggar, and we didn't get any points off it. The like, and I laughed so hard because I know you say Twitter's a cesspool, but I go
It
on
is.
Twitter and people are like, "Oh, Shador Sanders outplayed Aaron Rodgers." Like, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He didn't do anything special. The pass that Duggar, I don't know what happened to you with that pass, and I have to. It looks so weird because Shador just throws an absolute duck, and I think maybe Duggar just overplayed it, or just like it was such a bad throw that he just got lost.
Mm-hmm.
But Fanning Jr. was able to make this catch because the ball was so badly thrown and roll into the end zone. Um, and usually with a throw like that, the corner would have or the safety would have lit up the wide receiver, but you can't because they throw flags now. Like there was a flag thrown against Cameron Hayward against Shador Sanders that cost us. It was on a third down, 3rd and 14, I believe, near their end zone. It would have given us great field position.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they call a roughing the passer, which was egregious. And on this play with Shador throwing this duck uh, to Fanning Jr., if the corner or the safety would have blasted him, they might have thrown a flag there because it was such a bad throw. Um, he threw Shador threw two interceptions, sacked twice. Didn't do much. There was a couple plays he hit, and I think the Steelers played a great defensive game. Like they got to him, they got him out of big downs, they got interceptions on him. But it was just that play, like that. If you take that play away, like this, it's like it's a tied 6-6 game. Like it was such an awkward play, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what more irritates me because if he had just played great or threw a nice dime for a touchdown, there's hey, all you can do is be like, all right, cool. But it was such a bad throw,
Yeah.
and it killed us. Um, and I put the blame on the Steelers offense because they should have been maybe but here's the thing that people don't understand too. The Browns have one of the best uh, passing defenses. So we're already missing DK. We're missing Calvin Austin.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing with guys that you signed off the streets because Scotty Miller and Roman Wilson haven't worked out, and you're depending on them. And then you're one of your best tight ends in a situation that in a goal line situation would have been great to have, breaks his arm mid game. Um, I think that this going into next week, the Ravens are going to run this ball like there's no tomorrow. And if they don't, they're stupid because after what Henry did to the Packers, there's no way whoever your QB, I don't care if your QB is freaking Joe Montana, you run that ball 40 times at least, um, because what Henry did to the Packers, what Henry did to us last year in the playoffs, there should be no way that you throw this ball at all. You know, obviously you're going to throw the ball, but You just have to run Henry. And if they don't, then this defense can. The Steelers defense can get takeaways. They show that, but they've also shown that running the ball on them, they they struggle. And I think if you're going to win this game for the Ravens, you have to run the ball. And if they don't, it's a big mistake because as much as this offense has looked good sometimes, they're missing the best wide receiver the Steelers have. I don't know if Kavanasa will be back next week. So what is your game plan? I think the game plan the Steelers should have is get Pat Fryermuth the ball a lot, get Kenneth Gainwell and Warren out on the edges of screens, plays like that, and try to utilize that and hope your defense can hold Derrick Henry or get some turnovers on whoever their quarterback is. But it's going to be a tough game. We're missing a lot, and this game with the Browns, it really hurt us because we could have won this game, won the division, sat next week, get everybody healthy, and get ready for a home playoff game. And now we can't do that. And now we have to play this game. If we win, you know, then we have a home playoff game, but we only have a week to get prepared. Or I don't know when the playoffs start, so maybe we have longer. I'm not sure, but it's just unfortunate. I thought we were playing at home today for some reason, but apparently we played on the road. Um, it's just unfortunate though, and it's funny. We beat the Lions, and Tomlin, great coach. Da 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 da. We lose to the Browns today. Everybody wants him fired now. They
Yeah.
want him out. Um, I do think I said this. I tweeted this out to or I responded to somebody's tweet. I do think that after this year we should move on from Tomlin. I think we should. It should be a mutual agreement. I don't think we should fire him and move
Yeah.
on from the staff and get some new blood in here because it just seems like when you have a team that's 3-12, not a good team. Um, how do you walk into this game and not be prepared? You know, offensively.
Mhm.
And you knew you lost DK, so you needed to have a better game plan. I understand that again. You have Scotty Miller, Adam Thielen, MVS. Like you have to have a better game plan going into this game, and it just it was bad. And you have Baltimore who beat Green Bay on Saturday. They're riding high now. They force a winner take all game. They're going to be riding high. You're coming off a disappointing loss. Like it's really stacked against us, and I hope we don't lose, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially at home. Like
Yeah.
it sets up perfect for us, but then it's like worst case scenario because
Mhm.
like everybody's hurt. We have players suspended. It's at home, but Derrick Henry's coming off on 200-yard game.
Mhm.
Like this is this is like the worst case scenario. You just hope that the coaching has been so bad this year for the Ravens that they just say, you know what, we're going to try to throw the ball and not run Derrick Henry 20 times and feed because what he had 3 touchdowns in the first half against Green Bay. I love my
Something like that.
Steelers. I love my
Yeah.
Steelers, but we're not scoring 3 touchdowns
Yeah.
unless all of a sudden the DK gets comes back to play and now Calvin Arson's not hurt. Like we're just not going to do it. We
Mhm.
may be able to score, but we're not going to do it like that. So this game's going to be tough. Um, I already see Hendo, Yolanda, Coach, LBHT. So many Ravens fans, all excited, which is funny to me. It's kind of hilarious because they were all,
Yeah.
down on their teams, all down on the Ravens, and now all of a sudden they can win the Super Bowl. Like, come on. Like, I don't, even if we make the playoffs, maybe we can get out of the first round, but I don't know. And it would be more frustrating because we get to to play in the first round and then we lose. Like that's going to be more frustrating than anything because we
Yeah.
haven't won in the first round in a while. But I don't think the Ravens are a good team. You
No.
go. We have friends that are Ravens fans. They talk about that defense. They're not a good team. And I don't know. They don't seem. they don't seem like a team that can go on that kind of run because they don't have that oh my god defense that can just
Yeah.
shut a team down, you know. And so we'll see what happens. Like Brandon said, it's going to be a Sunday night game now, so it's going to make it even more bigger. Does T.J. Watt play? We don't know. He might there might be a chance he can play, but how effective is he going to be? You know. So,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts as far as the Steelers and what should have been an easy game for them? Obviously not. I mean, it's a divisional game. I'm not going to say it should have been easy, but this is one they should have won. The opportunities were there.
Yeah, the opportunities were there. Missing the field goal hurts. Not kicking the field goal and then missing the 4th and 1 hurts. Um, I don't think Shadur's a NFL quarterback, and I don't think he outplayed Aaron Rodgers today. I don't know where they're getting that from. But yeah, Sunday night it's going to be a lot. Um, I think that I think that you guys have a pretty good chance. I mean, we don't know if Lamar Jackson's going to play in this game yet. They were
And that's
saying
a bigger thing. If
on
he doesn't play, they definitely need to run Derrick Henry.
yeah, but I mean that's what they did to beat Green Bay is run Derrick Henry. So, who knows? Um, Ferris in the chat saying they felt excited before the first Steelers game, then they lost. That's true. Is this in Pittsburgh
This is
or
in
in?
Pittsburgh, yeah. But this is
Yeah,
like worst case scenario because if we lose at home, it's like Jesus Christ. You kidding me?
yeah, but you'll have the crowd on your side and all of
Mm.
that playing into it. So yeah, I think I. It's hard to call. Like I think it's like 50-50 to me. I'd lean maybe slightly more in the Steelers' favor, but that's because I don't think Lamar's playing. If Lamar's playing, I don't know what they'll do. You know?
Well,
So
Lamar's record versus Steelers is not good.
his record
He's
this year is not good.
Yeah, I think he's 6-6 this year overall, but
Okay,
it's
hang on. Let me answer Ferris's chat while you look that up. Ferris thinks Shadur is an NFL quarterback. So he disagrees with me on that. I think he needs to be in a better situation because I don't think the Browns have done anything to prepare him to be an NFL quarterback. Like I used to watch him at Colorado and think he was fine, and then I watch him for the Browns and it's like he's a completely different player. Um, he needs to have support from the coaching staff, and I don't think he's gotten that. Now, I'm not saying he should have been getting reps when he was the third stringer or anything like that, but I don't think they did much to include him in the things that he needs to learn to be an effective NFL quarterback. So I just don't think he's in the right situation. Now, if the Browns want to support him in the offseason and work on a little bit of mechanics and other things he needs to do and prepare him for next season, I think he could make a great improvement, but this has not been a great advertisement for his abilities so far.
yeah, and the throws I seen him make today, they were ducks. Like those weren't like they were complete ducks. Two of them, one of them got picked off. One should have been. There was actually like three. The Steelers should have had. There was one interception that they missed. Was Herbert. If he just catches the ball, it's a pick six easily. He misses the catch. There were some other balls that he threw. Like I'm not gonna say he's not an NFL quarterback, but I'm not gonna. I can see why he slipped down to the fifth. There's no way you can look at even this game and be like, oh yeah, that's a top round 2 round quarterback. Like no, there was nothing he has done this year to show me that. Like I know they talked about the Titans game. I think where he might have had like 300 yards. It's the
Yeah,
Titans. You better have 300 yards against the Titans. You
yeah.
know, and they still lost that game.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people were saying, this Browns team, you can score on them and things like that. Well, they have they have like one of the
I
best
think you're
pass
right,
defenses.
Ferris. I don't
They
think
have,
Stefanski wanted him. I think they
yeah,
just picked him to pick him. I mean, they picked two quarterbacks in last year's draft, and Dylan
and
Gabriel.
it either might not be on the team next year.
Yeah, so. We'll see.
I mean, I don't know how that works. They might be on the team. I don't know how far
I think Dylan
sponsors.
Gabriel might be gone. I think they might keep Shador, but I also think they might keep Dylan Gabriel and send Shador somewhere else. It remains to be seen. The Browns quarterback situation this year has been
Crazy.
very interesting to watch.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Lamar Jackson is 3-5 versus the Steelers. 8 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Pass rating of 73.1, lowest against any team. 0 rushing yards in the first 8 games, 20 sacks. He did in the playoffs beat us. 16 out of 21, 76%, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 132.0 pass rating. But again, you watch that game, that was because of Derrick Henry. Derrick
Yeah.
Henry, I believe, in that game had like over 150 yards or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly. I'll look it up. Oh no, that's not it. But like, it wasn't. It wasn't a. It wasn't a Lamar Jackson type of.
No, no.
He's the reason why they won. Trying to get to the stats on
Ferris
that.
saying Shador hasn't played well, but Dylan has played worse in his opinion. Yeah, I agree, Ferris. Dylan played way worse than Shador did. But from the little I've seen of the Browns, maybe Browns fans would disagree with that. But if Kevin Stefanski doesn't like him, I think they'd keep Dylan over Shador. But who knows what the Browns are going to do because they're the Browns and they always screw it up.
Yeah. If I'm remembering, if this is no, this is week 16.
While you're looking that up, Shook, I'm just going to put this up. This is the schedule for next weekend. We have two Saturday games, Panthers and Bucks, and Seahawks and 49ers. And then in the 1 o'clock window Eastern on Sunday, we've got Packers and Vikings, Colts and Texans, Saints and Falcons, uh, Browns and Bengals, Cowboys and Giants. I know Ferris and Caleb will be watching that one with some intent. And then Titans and Jaguars. And then the 325 window, uh, Chargers and Broncos. You know, that's where my focus is going to be. Kansas City takes on the Raiders. Uh, Commanders versus Eagles. Jets versus Bills. Dolphins versus Patriots. Cardinals versus the Rams. Lions versus the Bears. And then the Sunday night game, of course, Ravens at the Steelers.
Yep. And we'll be doing our predictions a little bit later. Um, yeah, I just it's just unfortunate. I'm very not happy about this outcome today. And I don't think again. I think Tomlin should we just part ways, get a new coach in here after this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, it's going to be interesting to see. And if we win the game, what's going to happen in the playoffs. We obviously get DK back. Can our defense carry us? Can our offense, carry us? I don't know. So it's like,
Yeah.
do I even want to win it? Do we even want to win this game to get in the playoffs and be out in the first round? Or if we do win, you know, I don't know. I don't. I'm confused on how confident I would be if we won this game. Like if we go out there and we blow the Ravens out, I might be
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more confident. But if we like
Yeah.
barely win, it's like, do we just do that to just get put out of the first round again? So I'm not really sure how I feel. Do I want to beat the Ravens? Yeah, So then, makes all my Ravens fans upset, and be miserable that they get they lost in the last game of the season. But we saw the schedule, and I said in the beginning of the year, I kind of knew this was going to happen because and everybody said it. It's probably going to come down to the last game of the season, and here we
Yeah.
are, last game of the season. Sunday Night Football. Um, so, and you got your game next week to see if you guys take first and get the bye in the playoffs. So that should be very interesting
Mm-hmm.
for you guys. Anything else you want to talk about in this game?
I don't think so.
Um, let us do. Oh, real quick, kind of, a side note to this game. DK, they upheld a two game suspension.
Uh-huh.
The individual that he grabbed did do a press conference, which is, oh my God, shows up in a backwards Lions hat. All these things.
That
It was
dude just seems sleazy.
yeah. I will say that Jay Jay Glazer did come out and say, I'm gonna bring it up real quick. Did come out and say that last year, DK Metcalf did file a complaint against the same Lions fan. They had an altercation with this past Sunday. He
Mm-hmm.
says, I actually have the security communication between the Detroit Lions and Seattle Seahawks security from last game when DJ Metcalf, when he was with the Seattle Seahawks, complained about this exact same fan to security. He was asked that the fan be removed over derogatory comments. I'm not going to repeat what the comments are that there are on here. Obviously, we don't condone ever hitting a fan or nobody else or anybody else, but in this it says when we investigated during the game, the individuals around him stated that and corroborated that the fan was being out of line and indeed said these derogatory statements. They even asked us to remove this guy. So
Well,
clearly
yeah.
he said something. It says in another tweet, independent witnesses confirmed that the Lions fan Ryan Kennedy indeed called Deacon Metcalf derogatory terms that were so bad Jay Glazer couldn't say them on air when Metcalf was with the Seahawks. Um,
I I said it last week. You should never hit a fan. But when that fan crosses the line, something has to be done. And if reporting him to security and trying to get security to do something about this, and no one does anything about it, and then you're there again the next year and the fan is doing the same kind of shit, I understand why DK lost his mind and hit him or pushed him or whatever he did. I also believe that they absolutely had to upheld that suspension, even with all of the backstory, because you can never put your hands on a fan.
yeah, for sure. Like, and I get it. I think they should have lowered it. Um, I
No,
think
I
they
didn't
should.
think they were ever going to lower it once they put it at 2 games because um, they have to make a point of like sending a message to the players. You do this, you're going to get in trouble, and you can appeal it all you want, but you did it. We have video evidence you did it, and it's just going to be the way it is. Um,
Yeah, I.
Hello, Hendo.
What's up, Hendo? You're up late. Um, yeah, like
I
I'm
can
not mad
hear
about.
music coming through, Shug. While Shug's doing that, thank you to everyone who is up late watching with us if you're on the East Coast, or hanging out at night with us if you're on the West Coast. Late night stream here tonight after Sunday Night Football. Not sure when next week's show is going to be now that they've made the Ravens and Steelers Sunday Night Football, but we'll post that on our social media once we get that figured out. uh LGRN underscore GFBR on all social platforms. We're not really posting on Twitter at the moment, but that might change again.
Yeah, I'm not. They had to upheld the suspension. Like it's just
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. It you should have thought about it. I understand that
Yeah,
the
Sunday night
issue
Hendo. Yeah.
the issue you had with this person. I get it, but you had to keep your hands to yourself.
You have
I'm
to.
not gonna, yeah, and I'm not gonna sit there, and say I'm in his shoes. What I would have done, because he felt some type of way. It just sucks that it came at this time. They held up the suspension. It is what it is. The Steelers did come out and say that they're not going to void his guaranteed money; that they are going to still give him his money, or maybe a partial part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think just in good faith,
Yeah.
which I think is a that shows like, hey, we believe you, kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because any other, a team could have just they could just been like, oh well, hey, we don't have to pay you now, and that
Yeah.
just, if you want to attract free agents, that would not attract free agents.
Yeah.
They would stay away from this team so much quick if you did that. Even though DK was at fault, but it kind of just shows like, hey, um, we're willing to we're willing to believe you and still give you the money we owe you out of good faith. So I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people. I see people on Twitter talking about, oh well, you're gonna pay somebody that beats on fans. Like, it's I swear people are so like just irritating. Like,
Your first problem there, Shug, is you were listening to people on Twitter.
Bronny says I'm a gluttony for toxicity. I believe it sometimes, but it's like just so stupid. Like, people are just like, I can imagine if he pulled him out of the stands and start beating the crap out of him. Like,
Yeah, that'd be different.
he grabbed him. You say he threw a punch. I say he threw a slap. Cool, fine. He threw a punch, but it's like, come on. He didn't like murder the guy. And people are like, oh, I remember I seen one comment. They were like, this guy should be kicked out of the league, thrown into jail. And, people are, oh, well, you can't go to your job and hit somebody. And I'm like, well, first off, you don't have people yelling at you, talking crap about you. Any other, job that you have, when you have people that do that, you can kick them out or call the police. And what's really
Yeah,
funny, if you rewatch the back the video, why weren't security and police doing anything? They
I
just let
know.
him, like, I'm pretty sure some of those security
Why
guards
wasn't
were
security doing anything? Why wasn't any other team officials on
nothing.
the sideline there doing something to stop him from going over there? There's a lot of questions I have about why he was allowed to just wander over there and do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You gotta be an adult, accept the consequences for your actions, and he's accepting them. You know, but um, sucks not having our best wide receiver next week.
Yeah.
Let's go into predictions real quick.
Okay. Panthers
Look at these
and
great
Buccaneers.
graphics we have now. Look at this, man. This is why I love Adelia. She comes. Look at the ticker. We got these dope prediction things. Like, it's just awesome. Panthers and Buccaneers. You know what? If I'm gonna be miserable, so is Brodney. Buccaneers are winning, putting the
I'm
Panthers out of the playoffs.
I'm going Panthers. Panthers could still win the division, I believe, even if they lose this game.
Well, I hope they lose it all.
Okay.
And that's not me being biased right now.
Seahawks and 49ers.
Well, after watching what the 49ers just did to the Bears, this is gonna be a really good game.
It should be a really good game, yeah.
I'm gonna go 49ers. I don't know. Seahawks just don't look.
49ers are rolling right now.
Uh,
I mean, yeah, I might go Niners too.
Real quick, what do you? I need some of those. What do you need, uh, Mr. Hendo?
This is Evie Muck's stuff built in, Hendo, so
Yeah,
I can't do this for you. I'm sorry.
yeah. See, you're not cool like us.
Saints and Falcons.
What are we watching here? Just go to sleep. Um.
Well, no, because this is important. If Tampa Bay beats Carolina
Uh-huh.
and the Saints beat the Falcons, I believe Carolina still wins the division. From what they were saying
So we
on
need the
Sunday Night
Falcons to
Football
beat.
earlier.
We need Falcons to beat the Saints.
No, I want the Panthers to make the playoffs.
No, we don't. We don't
I
want that around
do.
here.
You cannot want it all you want.
You don't
I want
have
the
to.
Panthers to make the playoffs.
Okay, so who do I need to win? Who needs to win this game for the Panthers not to make the playoffs?
The Falcons, possibly.
Okay, I'm picking the Falcons then.
Okay, I'm taking the Saints. Next up, we
We
have.
don't. We really don't feel good about our picks because they're bad teams.
Just don't care. Cleveland and Cincinnati. I'll take Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati. I hope they both lose.
I mean, that's not possible.
I know.
Packers and Vikings.
Are the Packers still in the playoffs?
Packers are in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Vikings
they
are
they
not.
clinched the playoff spot. They're just not.
Yeah, they're not the
The-
division
yeah,
leaders.
and I don't even think they can win it. So,
No,
um,
Chicago's the division leader
yeah.
because the Ravens beat the Packers on Saturday.
I mean, I'm gonna take the Packers. They're not playing for anything, but I think the Vikings are so bad that
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm taking the Packers too, especially if Jordan Love's back for that game. Cowboys and Giants.
I mean, can you see a bigger uh, dumpster fire right here?
We call
Um,
this one the GFBR Bowl.
yeah, but dumpster fire. You know, it's funny. I see people saying, "Oh, you traded George Pickens." Yeah, he's playing really good, right, for a 7-8 team.
Yeah.
I think it's the Cowboys. Giants are probably gonna lose this game.
Giants will want to lose this game. So I'll
They
take the
should have lost
Cowboys.
today, but they messed
Yeah.
that up.
Well, it's the Raiders. It's the Raiders. Tennessee and Jacksonville. I'll take
I'm,
Jacksonville.
I'm assuming Jacksonville's probably gonna sit all their starters. So
Yeah,
I'm
they've got the
gonna
playoff spot. They've clinched the division, I believe.
yeah, I'm gonna take the Titans.
I'm still taking the Jaguars. Colts and Texans. I'm taking
C-
the Texans.
Can you see a harder fall than the Colts? They just
I mean,
mm,
injury played into that a lot, and then they
yeah,
decided to, instead of playing their backup quarterback, they decided to haul Grandpa Rivers in from wherever he was, and that has not worked out. But I'll take the Texans.
yeah. Texans definitely winning this one.
The Jets and the Bills.
Another game. Bills are probably sitting all their starters, so but the Bills will still win this game.
Bills will win this game. Yeah. Lions and Bears.
The Lion for the four Lions, man, they have just had it rough.
They have. Bears
Um,
should win this game, even though they'll probably sit all their starters.
yeah, I'll take the Lions. They'll probably win it because if the Bears stay all the starters,
I mean, that's true. Maybe the Lions will win. Chargers and Broncos. There is only one correct answer to this.
the Chargers,
No, it's not.
the Chargers.
No.
Do I want to do it to be a miserable? No,
Why?
no, I don't want them. The Broncos, fine.
Thank you. I'm taking my Broncos, of course. Chiefs and Raiders. Who cares? But we have to pick.
The lower half of the AFC West is great. Chiefs probably. Raiders will probably lose on purpose.
Yeah, because Raiders, I think, have the inside track to the number one draft pick now.
Yep.
Cardinals and Rams.
Rams. They'll probably sit
Oh,
all the starters, but Cardinals have not looked good at all.
Cardinals, no, have not looked good at all. I don't even know who's playing quarterback for the Cardinals right now. I think somebody told me last week, and it was so
Brissett,
inconsequential to me, it left my head.
Jacoby Brissett, I believe.
Yeah, that's how little I care about Jacoby Brissett. I'll take the Rams. Dolphins and Patriots. You know what would make my life a lot easier is if my old classmate Mike McDaniel manages to get the Dolphins to beat the Patriots, because then if just have to win, we just have to win, and we don't have to rely on stupid math about who beat more common opponents. So I will take the Dolphins because yeah.
Um. So if you lose and the Patriots win, they're number one seed, or if
Mm-hmm.
they, so they're gonna be playing for something.
Yeah, they're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
take
playing
that.
for something. I just want the Dolphins to beat the Patriots,
Yeah, I think the Patriots are gonna win.
probably, but I'm picking the Dolphins. Commanders and Eagles.
I'm assuming the Eagles are gonna sit all their players, so Commanders.
Yeah, I'm still taking the Eagles. And then Ravens and Steelers to round out the day.
Oh, this game, god damn it. The Steelers, I'm taking them. Derrick Henry's gonna rush for a buck 10, but whoever's playing quarterback is going to throw an interception and get sack fumbled. Watch, we're just probably get blown out, and then I'm out to hear Hendo and LVHT all the rest of the off season. But I'm still taking the
I am
Steelers.
going to pick the Steelers since they're at home.
Yeah.
But really, honestly, I don't care who wins this game. That's just the Broncos fan in me.
Yeah,
Um, but so that's our predictions for week 18.
yeah. Those are our predictions. Um, we'll do a show after the new year. So we'll come back in about that time. Will probably be playoffs. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do the playoffs. It depends. We might do a show the Sunday
We'll
after all
figure
the
that out.
playoff
We'll
games. Yeah,
figure that out.
yeah, we'll
I
figure it
think
out.
we're gonna try to do the shows after Sunday night football or after the playoff games on Sundays, but it depends on some stuff. And because the Ravens game in versus the Steelers is the Sunday night game next week, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, that means we probably aren't doing the show after the game. So, because I have to work on the Hendo stream for that game, so
Yeah,
maybe we'll still do the show. We'll see.
we'll see. Depends. If
Yeah,
it's a blowout and we lost, maybe I'll be in a bad mood and just not want to do the show, or whatever. We'll figure it out. I
we'll
don't know.
figure it out.
Um, there wasn't a lot of. I mean, we're not gonna probably talk a lot about a lot of other stuff, other sports. I I think if you are here, we really appreciate it. I think moving forward, even if whether the Steelers or Broncos make it to the Super Bowl, I will still cover all that. And then through if you haven't checked out our other shows like the Step Back, Starting 11, we cover other sports. With this show, um, after the football season, I'm going to talk to Adelia. We may do it twice a month rather than every week, just to kind of. But we'll talk about other sports.
Yeah, we'll
So
figure it out.
make sure to come hang out with us. Make sure to check out all the shows. The merch is up. I love this
Yep.
shirt. I
Let's
might,
get ready networkshop.com.
let me tell you, the LGNR shirt I've been wearing I wore it all day today. I wore it yesterday. I like it.
You
These shirts are
totally just
comfortable.
screwed up the acronym.
Is it LGRN?
Yes, you said LGNR.
Oh, Jesus. These shirts are very comfortable. The sweaters are great, but these shirts, I love these shirts.
Good. I'm
I just
glad.
opened this. I just opened this one up today because I wanted to wear it for the show.
Nice.
So make sure to check out those links. Make sure to check out the webpage. Delia's put a lot of time into it. It's very good. Um, really appreciate Adelia for doing all this for the channel. She puts a lot of work, and we do it for you guys. So make sure just to share it, like it, check it out. Get as much engagement as you can because that helps us out a lot. If you can't um, donate or send in super chats or whatever we call them,
Streamlabs. We don't have super
Streamlabs,
chats yet.
not yet. Soon, hopefully. I don't know,
We need
but
1,000 subscribers for that first. So please, if you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it.
really would. Um, that helps us out a lot, and we're trying to build this channel up. The post credits, we're doing a bunch of cool stuff over there coming into the new year. We just did a 4 hour watch along of Stranger Things season 5 part 2, where I don't talk, and Adelia is like trying to get me to talk, but I was the only time I did talk is when the jump scare, which made it was funny because I jumped in, you were like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, because Shug was watching Stranger Things. I was not. We're probably gonna see if I can be on the Stranger Things watch along of the series finale that Shug is doing on New Year's Day. That's over on the post credits channel. The postcredits.com will take you there. Um, Tentatively 2:30 Pacific. We might change that if I want to be on the stream and because I can't do it at that time. But yeah, it'll be good. And Sugar will watch the finale and he'll give all his thoughts, and we'll hopefully won't have people in the chat trying to spoil it before you get to it.
Yeah, but we did have a lot of people in the chat talking to us while we were
We
watching it, so it was
did, we
actually
did.
it was real fun. Um, but make sure to check all the links out. We really appreciate all the support.
The links are in
Uh,
the description of this episode or they're on our website, letsgetreadynetwork.com. You can choose the post credits path or the Good Friends Better Rivals path. Um, Choose away.
choose a way. Make sure to like, comment. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe, share. We really appreciate it. Really, it's been a great year bringing this show over to this channel. I've had a lot of fun. I know we missed a little bit of shows in the middle
Yeah.
because obviously there was just some things going on, but we're going to try to be consistent. Next year, we're going to work on it. But it has been a great year. Adelia has been a great co-host. She makes this thing run. I appreciate her so much. She comes up with new ideas, new things. Everything here is her. I really do appreciate her, and thank you, Adelia, for everything you've done for me and the show. Um, this is not
Thank
a
you,
this
Shug.
is not a goodbye or anything. I just wanted to go. I
No.
want to go into this new year, just really appreciating the people that are here on this channel, for like a Ferris, like Adelia, Justin, Brandy, Alex, Danny,
Yeah,
uh,
shout out to
Matt.
Alex and Danny for constantly making really cool things to make us look good.
Yeah, and they're the backbones of these of this of the show, of this channel, of other shows. So we really appreciate them, and I appreciate all of you who come in and talk to us and engage with us, and who like and watch the stream afterwards, or comment, or watch or listen on the audio podcast. We really do appreciate you a lot. We do this out of the love of doing it. So thank you very much. Thank you for support, and we look forward to a better 2026 with you guys. Hopefully, we'll be covering the Steelers in the playoffs, but we won't know that till next Sunday, Adia. We know we will be covering the Broncos in the playoffs. We don't know if
Yep.
we'll be covering the Steelers. So hopefully
Yep.
next week we will know, and we will both be happy, or and not one of us being miserable, and then maybe we'll be playing an AFC Championship game against each other. That would be fun, because then
That would be fun.
you would be
Then we'd
really
have to
stressed
do
out.
a we'd have to do a watch along. I would be so stressed.
Yes.
But we would have to do a watch along of that if that happens.
And then if Adelia makes, the Broncos make it to the
I'm
Super
gonna
Bowl.
try. I don't know for what time the games are all gonna be and stuff yet, but I'm gonna try to
Mhm.
do watch alongs to the Broncos games anyways.
Yep.
So
And if they make it to the Super Bowl, guess what?
maybe maybe I can convince Shug to do them with me.
I'll probably watch them with you, as long as I'm not doing work. But
Yeah.
if the Broncos make it to the Super Bowl, we're definitely doing a watch party.
Oh, we're all
Yeah,
we're doing a watch party for the Super Bowl anyways.
yeah. So, um, hopefully the Steelers make it to the Super Bowl. I'd be more happy. But we'll see what happens. We gotta get to the playoffs first. But before we get out of here, Dia, is there anything else you want to say before we jam?
Yeah, just one second. I want to look this up, make sure I get the correct number. I want to say thank you to all 65 people who subscribed to the channel this year. We really appreciate it. We've grown up to 271 subscribers. We're trying to get to 300. So if you could please subscribe to the channel if you're not. It'll help keep you informed of all the shows that we do. We cover hockey and soccer, and we're going to have a big year next year with the soccer coverage because of the World Cup. We've got the Olympics coming up with the hockey teams, so we're going to be covering that. We've got the football being covered constantly on Good Friends Better Rivals, on Betting the NFL, and on this show. That will continue because I'm sure, even though the season will be over for the Steelers and the Broncos after the Super Bowl, or before the Super Bowl, but after the Super Bowl, indefinitely, the season will be over. So we're gonna still talk about news about our teams, and free agency will come up in the draft. We'll do a draft watch along probably, and stuff like that. So subscribing to the channel is the best way you can help us right now because we're trying to get that number up. So really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel. You can bookmark goodfriendsbetterrivals.com. It's the easiest way to get to the channel. You don't have to remember a YouTube address or anything like that. Same with the post credits. We appreciate everyone who subscribed over there as well. If you like our kind of vibe here at GFBR and a Steel Conspiracy, well, it happens over on the post credits channel too. That's where we cover entertainment stuff. We do lots of watches and rewatches. We're going to do more watch alongs on that channel in 2026. So please subscribe over there. And if you are at all interested in helping monetarily support what we do here, every single dime that gets um, shown to us on Patreon or Ko-fi or through Streamlabs or anything goes right back into the channel. It's you guys just helping us keep the lights on around here, basically. And we really appreciate everyone who does that and anyone who wants to support us further. You can find those links in the description of this episode or our website. Again, that's letsgetreadynetwork.com. Going to probably be revamping that in January a little bit. So um, We'll probably put up a video with our Patreon details or something. So check it out.
Yeah, make sure to check all that out. And once again, it puts a lot of work into it. So please, if like she said, you can't support monetarily, just go and check all this stuff out. Share it out to your friends. Share it out to uh, on all your platforms to just get people in here and engage with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you everybody that watched tonight. Thank you everybody that's going to listen later or rewatch this later. We really appreciate it. Have a great night, and when we see you next time, it will be a new year. So happy 2020 happy 2025. I don't know,
6, 2026.
2026, but how do you say like happy
Happy New Year. It's going to be
happy
2026.
yeah I was trying to talk about 2025, but I don't know, I'm confused right now.
I know
Happy New
you
Year.
are.
Have a happy New Year. Have a great one. We really appreciate you and see you in 2026.